So anyway, I keep hearing that the Angel Reese, Asia Wilson supporters they are the ones with the motion. They're moving the...
Let's take a moment to talk about perception. If you've spent any time on social media recently, you've likely come across the buzz. Angel Reese believes she's just as big of an attraction as Caitlin Clark. That's the narrative, right? According to her most dedicated supporters, and even Reese herself, she's the driving force behind the recent surge in attention toward women's basketball.
It is saying, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we're watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. She refuses to say Caitlin Clark's name. It's because of me too, and I want you to realize.
But here's the truth. When the real numbers came out, jersey sales, viewership, the whole picture, all the chatter disappeared. One stat cut through every debate, every narrative, every comparison. And spoiler alert, the name at the top wasn't Angel Reese. It was Caitlin Clark, loud and undeniable. The only question left, just how far behind was Reese? Let's break it down.
What happens when what I think is probably far and away the most popular female athlete there is in existence right now, Caitlin Clark? What happens when her jersey sales are revealed in a very important period, by the way? September 1 through November 3rd would be some prime Christmas area. Just pointing that.
So if Angel Reese is supposedly the one shaking up the league, then why did everything start shifting the moment Caitlin Clark stepped on the scene? If Reese is truly calling the shots, why is everyone, from lifelong WNBA fans to people who've never watched a game, suddenly locked in on Indiana's number 22? The answer is simple, and by the end of this video, we'll break down the one key metric that silenced all the noise and revealed who's truly driving the pulse of this league.
Adam Silver was trying to get Caitlin Clark in the three-point shooting contest in the All-Star weekend. It was because he needed her more than she needed them. All right? That because of the popularity, what it was she could draw in. Fact is, a lot of her ratings in games last year beat a hell of a lot of regular season NBA games. That's how she moves the needle.
Now let's talk about the stat that shook the internet. Caitlin Clark, the rookie sensation, led WNBA jersey sales during the league's biggest sales window, the holiday season. That's right. Despite the presence of established stars and legends, it was the newcomer from Iowa, now representing Indiana, who stood above them all. Not Aja Wilson, not Breanna Stewart, not Sabrina Ionescu, and definitely not Angel Reese. The name on the most jerseys this year, Caitlin Clark. And it's not because of a fancy PR team, it's because she brings something far more powerful, real star power.
What does that mean? We deserve more.
Of course,
everybody.
I agree.
Everybody.
I agree with that.
But we gotta get face the consequences. Damn, we gotta get it up.
Y'all gotta do something. Y'all gotta do something.
And we're not stopping there. How do Caitlin Clark's jersey sales compare to the NBA? Brace yourself. She didn't just dominate the WNBA, she cracked the top of the NBA's jersey sales list. Only one name was ahead of her: Steph Curry. Let that sink in. The only NBA player who sold more jerseys than a rookie from the WNBA is arguably the most popular basketball player on the planet. And right behind him, Caitlin Clark. That's not hype, that's generational impact. As for Angel Reese, let's just say her jersey sales are sitting comfortably outside the top 10.
You see the top selling jerseys. Steph Curry is number one, and who's that? Tell me who this is. Caitlin Clark is number...
Jersey sales? Steph Curry takes the top spot, and right behind him, guess who? Caitlin Clark. While Clark has WNBA execs scrambling to adjust to skyrocketing demand, Angel Reese is on social media saying, "We gotta do something." Motivational? Sure. But let's be honest, doing something takes more than words. And right now, there's only one rookie making a measurable impact across the board. It's not Angel, it's Caitlin Clark, driving ratings, shattering records, filling arenas, and turning women's basketball into must-watch entertainment. So when Angel says "we," maybe she really means me too, because Caitlin already did it.
Sorry, young lady. nobody knows who you are. Nobody would be watching the WNBA additionally for you. This is all about Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is bringing the money to the game, the planes to the game, the TV viewership. The WNBA is on fire because of Caitlin Clark.
These jersey numbers weren't just impressive, they were historic. Steph Curry held the top spot, and right behind him, Caitlin Clark, a rookie, playing for Indiana. You know who didn't make the list at all? Angel Reese, the self-proclaimed culture shifter, often promoted as the face of Gen Z women's basketball, didn't even crack the top tier. Why? Because viral interviews and trending TikToks don't always translate to real fan investment. Hype is cool, but Caitlin Clark brings something even more powerful. Undeniable proof.
Caitlin Clark plays for the Indiana Fever. In Indiana. Now, in sports terms, Indiana is considered, quote unquote, a small market. All right, that's just a fact. It is what it is. It's not New York. It's not LA. All right, it's not even Dallas. It's not Chicago. It's not Houston. It's not a big market. All right, it's not one of these juiced up markets. Boston would be the other one. And that is Caitlin.
And that's what makes this all the more undeniable. Caitlin Clark isn't coming from a major coastal media hub. She's not in the spotlight of LA, not under the bright lights of New York, and she's not a social media sensation from Chicago. She's doing all of this from Indiana, a state that, let's be honest, wasn't even on the WNBA's media radar before she arrived. Now, Indiana is the most talked about team in the league. Coincidence? Not even close. That's the Clark effect.
This should tell everybody that wants to argue for these other players in the WNBA all they need to know.
For anyone trying to argue for these other players in the WNBA, here's all they need to understand. Reese's supporters keep calling her a cultural icon. But let's be clear, culture without consumer engagement is just noise. If she's truly driving culture, where's the impact in ticket sales? Where's the increase in viewership? Where's the line out the door for Angel Reese jerseys? Because so far, all we've seen is plenty of buzz, but not much in terms of actual data.
Oh, refreshing to see some shots actually make it refreshing! Oh no, that's Angel Reese's music! Bang! You like Mustangs? Your favorite player is Lawal Dang?
And let's stack the receipts. Jersey sales, Caitlin Clark's. Number 1 in the WNBA and ranked second behind Steph Curry in the NBA. Angel Reese? Nowhere near the top 10. Viewership? Clark's games are outpacing NBA broadcasts. Marketability? Caitlin Clark's already partnered with Gatorade, Nike, State Farm, Panini, Gainbridge, Wilson, you name it. She's not just in commercials, she is the commercial. Endorsement deals? Record-breaking. Meanwhile, Reese's highlight is a few. TikTok dance collabs hoping for a viral moment. It's fun, but it's not driving the economy.
How far is the gap? How far is the gap between Caitlin Clark and her popularity and anybody else in the WNBA? That gap has got to be like the Grand Canyon. That's like she's in a different area code. She's in a different state, maybe a different country. There are no other WNBA players on this list. Angel Reese is not on there. All right? She is nowhere to...
All right, back to business. Slime bag work, Brittany Griner. You said you rang?
Somebody said she's got the coordination skills of a baby giraffe. I don't know what baby giraffes did to receive that kind of slander, but I won't stand for it.
The WNBA is back in little over a month. A friendly reminder, we're not watching because of one person. We're watching because of her, too. Be nice to look this clumsy at your job and then declare you're underpaid. Privilege! Bang! Justice for all baby giraffes out there. I will fight the good fight. Bang! There's one thing to take from these videos. Never give up, because if she can do it, you can do it too.
Lessons to players: if you want fans to buy your jerseys in ridiculous numbers, then hit ridiculous logo 3s. Well, Andy, I will say this. If you want players to buy your jerseys, be likable. and don't shit on an entire fan base. Yeah, that's a...
Said she took the X and pretty much let the fans know how she was feeling. Let's pull up the tweet right now. This is the tweet right here. Angel Reese stated, "This is my podcast. Shut the F up. You don't watch."
This is the reason the WNBA never showed the jersey sale numbers, but only put ranks. It was always Clark at 1 and a humongous, ginormous gap from Angel. Wait. Where are Asia and Angel? This can't be accurate. I mean, you know, well, what are you going to say? People were paying thousands of dollars ticket prices to see her. She set gate revenue records all time. She broke how many records last year? 63? And she is the second highest selling NBA jersey. Not WNBA. I mean, she's first by a bazillion. This still won't shut haters up, by the way. I mean, look, if these other players are so damn popular, buy their shit. Up the ticket prices, up the demand, make them change stadiums. Nah, y'all gonna keep running your mouths. I guess just being broke because y'all are talking on the internet all